Feeling like we're on an upward trajectory. We're heading in the right direction. Things are coming together. Howdy neighbor, how is your garden growing? Me, I have so much to catch up on. I feel like every project has stalled out. And while I thought I was gonna look, there's just no excuses, life lifed. But based on Tammy's feedback, which was amazing, thank you Tammy, I've got a giant pile of soil in my driveway, but I gotta move it, but it's been sitting there. I mean, do you just ever have this? I feel like this time of year, it's so easy to get so behind on gardening stuff because there's so many holidays. And then I got birthdays on top of it, which I know that, but I just always have like this, train wreck that starts to happen. So we're gonna start picking away at stuff. So today we're gonna be moving soil into the back garden and we're just gonna see how far we can get on stuff. I guess the other thing is by the time you guys see this, it'll be way after when I did it, just because the way videos are gonna come out. So for funsies, there you go. Just know that, because some of y'all are gonna be like, you're still working on this project and it's this late in the year? Yes, but it was weeks and weeks earlier, just because of the way stuff worked out. Okay, so let's go move a giant pile of soil into raised beds. Hooray, huzzah. So since the last time that we were filling the beds and y'all gave some great tips and kind of were like, Jackson, what are you doing? Yeah, you know. Because one of the things I remember that I did with the beds up front is I actually filled them halfway with mulch, and I didn't do it with this one because I ran out of mulch. So all the plant material we've had has been very high water content, but we've been continuing to fill them. Even our lovely neighbors, Tara and Ryan, donated tons of philodendrons and cordillions for filling up the bed. So everything's been drying out. You can tell time has gone by. You can really tell because a bunch of the stuff has dried out quite a bit. You can see we have been filling and filling, and so we're about halfway. I don't know that, my first dumps are happening, but you can see the beds are a lot more full with plant material. It will drop quite a bit, but it is what it is. We're just doing the best we can. It would have been better to have hardier material at the bottom, but c'est la vie. That's what we got to do. But I just need to get the beds filled. I need to get the beans off the front because I need to get these little seedlings that I started a bajillion years ago in the ground. They all look so bad. I'm actually gonna just start new ones. And I can do, even though they're warm weather crops, many of them, I'm one of those people who can kind of push it because I live in zone 10A. So even though I'm central Florida, my area acts a little bit more like South Florida. And you can still be starting tomatoes and peppers at this time of year. So we're doing it. If I gotta restart seedlings, it's no big deal. But we got some crazy cold snaps coming through. Oh my goodness. I was looking up by my buddy Patrina's house because I know she's off in the Northwest. And I was like, Patrina, did you see how low it's gonna be at your house? Because she lives, and even though she doesn't live that far from me, she lives far enough that she actually gets colder, by a lot, when it gets cold. So I was just like, did you see what you're gonna get? We're just gonna hit 60, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do, because this is a giant pile of soil, and I don't know, I'm just getting to that age where my body's just not recovering as fast. So what I'm doing is I just set a half-hour timer, and I'm just gonna get as far as I can, and then Ben's gonna set a half-hour timer, and he's just gonna get as far as he can. And we're just gonna keep picking away at it so we can get rid of this pile. The good thing is that this soil was very, very dry when it got dropped off, but we've had a nice amount of rain day after day after day, so it actually is pretty moist. So I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm not gonna have to do a lot of work to make it moist, because that can be one of the problems. You shove your seedlings in there and then the soil just sucks all the water out of them. So that's the good thing. But yeah, we're gonna get going. Let's keep going. Okay, bye-bye. Well, howdy neighbor. Through the magic of cameras and editing. We have flash forward in time to a completely different weekend. And we are so close on being done with this pile of dirt because Ben has been working so hard on actually getting the dirt moved. Not me, Ben. You got to see me move a lot, but it was really Ben's moved most of it. So the beds are almost filled. So today, or for the rest of this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually finish filling the beds and we're gonna start getting, you remember the plan, the fall garden plan? Maybe we see it right here. We need to start working on that. So I've got strawberry transplants. I don't know what I was gonna say. I have bare root strawberries that I was gonna go and like, no, wait, what? Okay, so I have bare root strawberries that I have rehydrated over the last week or so, 2 weeks maybe, and they have sprouted little leaves already. They are ready to go out in the garden. I have all the plants I planted at the beginning of fall that look, in general, not great, but I'm gonna plant them. We'll see what survives, and then probably the next video, I'm gonna be starting, maybe not the next one, but the one after that, I'm gonna be starting seeds for winter. So it's fine, whatever lives, whatever doesn't. But we'll get a good idea of how much effort I need to put towards certain crops. So, okay, so I'm gonna take you guys back here so you can see where we're at on progress on these beds. So if y'all remember, I filled this one, woohoo, in a very, I don't know, CrossFit sort of way, lifting bucket by bucket. Ben was much smarter. He put the buckets in a cart and he got this one filled. And he got that one filled. And he's close to being done on this one. And the good thing is that all of these have been hit by sprinklers over the last week or two. So this is about all the drop that we should expect at this point. And the original bed has also had some dropping going on. And it is now time to just top these off and get planting. So first up, I'm gonna just top off this middle bed because that's gonna be the one I need to plant it first, which is, we're gonna do strawberries. That's the idea. The original plan was carrots, but I got strawberries and I don't really wanna keep them where I thought I was gonna put them. So we're just gonna put them in here. Sound good? Sound good. So the plan that we're working against, y'all remember this? Look at that. Oh, it's gonna look great once we actually get it done. I know it's been a minute, but it was hot out in life. Okay, so what we were talking about with the strawberries is, so originally I had planned for the strawberries to go right here with like a circle, or not, no, I didn't plan for the strawberries. I planned for carrots and then to have basil in the middle. We're switching it up. We're gonna do carrots and probably Cuban oregano, maybe Cuban oregano is going out front. I don't know. We're definitely doing strawberries in here. I have a ton of those Albion variety that Connie had recommended. And so that's what we're gonna work on first. So I rehydrated them. They're all in like tumbler glasses over on the, well, they were in the kitchen and I just shoved them out the window to be like, let's get this going. So we're gonna start moving those into here. And the nice thing is I don't have to worry about rehydrating everything too much because sprinklers are running tomorrow morning. So I want to start getting stuff in. I just want to get stuff in. So Ben's gonna keep working on filling this up in the back and topping these ones off, and we'll get this one going with strawberries. These are my strawberry plants. These were bare root strawberries. I feel like they're looking a little bit funky, a little bit moldy. They were in here for now like 2 weeks, and my windows, we don't get a lot of sunlight, so they're looking a little stressed out, but at least they're rehydrated and now they're ready to go in the ground. If you ever get bare root strawberries, you always want to rehydrate them first. You do not need to do it for a couple weeks, literally hours, and they're fine. The idea is they're just completely like dried out and they just need water. But I feel like we got some mold things now going on because of it. So now is the time to just get them in the ground. You're supposed to put it about a foot apart, and that's kind of the main jam. So honestly, you wouldn't put that many in this bed, but I have a ton, and where am I putting them? So we're just gonna, like, you know, we're gonna put them in. We got our shovel. We're just gonna put as many as we can in. Any that don't have any new growth on it, I don't know. I might just still shove them in, and we'll just see what takes off and what doesn't. A bunch of these look really nice. They're just getting leggy because I had no light, you know? Yeah. Good job, Ben.
Thanks.
You can see we got all the roots going on here. And now 'tis the time. I'm just gonna make a hole. This soil is not the top, what was already in here, not the topmost part, was already rehydrated. So I'm not too worried about it dehydrating the plants. Honestly, they could use a little bit because they've been looking not so happy. Not so happy. Probably should space these out. I don't know, what is this? This is about 6 inches. I'm putting them a little bit in. I know you're supposed to spread these out. Yeah. Do you ever have that happen? Like you're doing so good and you're on track and then, nope. And then you're not on track anymore? Well, that's me this week. That's okay. And last week. And I don't know that anything would become of any of these. None of these took off. They all just look sad. So we're gonna do bury in place compost. Honestly, with anything that didn't come back. And if something comes of it, hooray, huzzah. So one of the things with strawberries is it's like Goldilocks, you know, you just gotta get them just right for putting in the dirt. Like you don't want to go too deep, you don't want to go too shallow, you want to be just right.
Like Goldilocks.
Like Goldilocks. So what the thing is it's about the crown of the plant. And so it's kind of this transition point between the roots and the top. So you kind of want to get this part right at soil level. And that's kind of it. That's kind of the thing you want to do. And then it shall take off or it won't. You know, it'll take off or it won't. So we're just going to get as many of these in as possible. And hopefully most of them bounce back or some of them bounce back. That's the goal. Oh, and as Ben is going back and forth around us, you may be wondering, why are you not just filling up the yard cart? Why are you putting buckets in there? Typically, our main way of doing stuff is through the yard cart. Well, the reason is because the beds are up high, and if we had filled up the yard cart, you would have to like basically lift the soil up and over, which is kind of backbreaking, and didn't want to do that. So what we did instead was buckets. I carried the buckets because I felt like doing some weightlifting. And what can you do instead of weightlifting? Garden. So that's what I did. Ben is smart. Actually, he's like, why weren't you doing this? This is what you literally said to do, which was put it in the yard cart and then move the yard cart back and forth, because it's pretty far distance, because the driveway is all the way in that corner and this is in this corner, and ta-da, there you go. So he's been doing it that way, and he made a lot more progress in the same amount of time, which shows how he is very wise. So I did want to give him all the credit because he's the one who made the most amount of progress on this whole thing, not me. You only saw more of me because I'm the one with the camera. A question for you guys. Did you end up doing strawberries this year? Or are you doing a different type of berry? Is this going to be your first year doing strawberries, or you are a pro at it already? I'm curious, and as always, want to know. Hi, Shiloh. Are you waiting for someone to play with you? What you got? You got your ball there? Is that your ball? Can I have your ball? Ball. Yeah. Goofy girl. Okay, strawberries are in, and Ben is making really, really good progress on finishing filling this bed. I think the question is this next round when he comes back, I might have him redirect to one of these corners. But you know, we need to go do inventory on, because if you guys remember the design, let's go take a look at the design actually. She's happy now. She's got her ball. So if you guys remember from last time, so we swapped out carrots, we put strawberries in. I'm okay with this because if the strawberries don't do well, I can easily put seeded carrots in this bed, and that's fine. And I don't want to do the carrot. The reason I mixed up doing where the carrots are is just because they get so big and the greens get huge, and I don't know. I just figured let's try the strawberries because I had them. So if you remember in this design, dino kale was kind of like the corner of every bed. I do have 4 dino kales. They're very tiny. I think it's because I haven't up-potted them. So I got those to put in, and I do have peppers for every bed, I think, but I don't necessarily have the varieties. Banana pepper seeds did not do great. Jalapenos, I think I have 4. We'll go check. These are also supposed to be banana peppers. I would say I do not have those. I think I have the Cubanelles, but I do have, I think I have 4 Hungarian bell peppers, which means I could swap those out because they're a Hungarian wax banana pepper. So I think maybe one of these gets swapped out with that. And then maybe one of these becomes a Hisei. I'm thinking maybe this one is a Hisei. Hiseis were the slowest to germinate. They were the slowest to grow, but honestly, I feel like they're the ones that look the best overall. Where are they? Yeah. I mean, they're really slow compared to everybody else, but look at them. I mean, they look really good. They seem to like me being an awful baby plant parent. So these ones I think are gonna go in one. So because we have one, oh, I need to thin them out, but there's at least 4 plants in there. Then let's see who I got here. All these are so dehydrated. Okay, so here's the Hungarian wax. I have at least 4 here. And then what other peppers do I have? Cubanelle, I have at least 4, though they have some pest activity on them. But I think that's because they are so stressed out. I'm so bad at carrying plants in containers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And then who else is in here? Who are these? Oh, the pimentos. The pimentos did not do good for me. I know Patrina said they did well for her. This is all that popped up, and they've been the slowest growers. So, I don't know, different strokes for different folks. And then here's the Cuban. Wait, didn't I already say I had Cubanelles? These are Cubanelles. What are these? Oh, you know what? I probably planted more Cubanelles than banana peppers. Okay, well, whatever. So we got those. And then who's this? California Wonder. I got a whole 6-pack of California Wonders to throw in. Where's the jalapenos? Where are the jalapenos? Did I say jalapeno? Wait, let's look. I'm getting confused. Okay, so I got a pack of California Wonders, Cubanelle, Hungarian wax, a Hisei, is this the, what are these? These are banana peppers. These are pimento. Tomato. Oh, the tomatoes look awful. Oh, is this it? Oh, who gave me the tip of doing bottom watering? On here's, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 jalapenos. So now choices need to be made. Okay. Now I have beds up front that I had thought about putting some things in, but honestly, some of the most robust are these Hiseis. I think they get to have prime time choice. I think Cubanelles should go back here for sure, because I also have enough. I don't know. Oh my gosh, this Hungarian wax is already starting to flower. Well, geez Louise. I've got that bed up front. I can throw everybody. What are we gonna do? Okay, I think the banana peppers that look sad and the pimentos that look sad, they can go up front because they look sad. Look, if you just don't get it together, that's what it is. So I think you guys are going in the back. I think these jalapenos, because that was the original plan. But I have these California Wonders. I got a lot of peppers, more than I need. Well, we're definitely doing Cubanelles. So Cubanelle, jalapeno, a Hisei. So all you guys are going up front then. But I just feel like I should do something with these California Wonders because I have them. But it wasn't in my design. What do I do with them? Because that means I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 to put up front. Okay, well, I'll do, you know what I'm gonna do? That center middle bed up front, we'll do these California Wonders up there. with the Cuban oregano. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so dry. And then the front middle bed, I can throw everybody else in once we top that off. So I'll have to keep these alive for a little bit longer. These ones we can go up front and plant. Not today, because we need to clear off the trellises. So we'll plant these guys plus my dino kales. Oh my gosh, where is this, you guys? This is them. They're so slow. I just feel like everyone's gonna die as soon as I transplant them because they look super stressed. But you know, whatever. We're gonna try them. I'll just restart them if I have to. There's like one broccoli that survived. No, there's a few broccolis that survived. And the tomatoes, they look so bad. They looked so good for so long, and then months have gone by. They got trashed. That's what really happened. Poor things. It's not their fault, it's me. It was all me. This is why I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna put them in the ground and then I'm gonna just restart seeds, because at this point, these plants have been so stressed out, I don't know how well they're gonna even do. I don't even know if they're worth the space, but I figured I'll at least shove them in the ground, give them a chance to do something, and then I'll just go straight into restarting seeds. So I think what we'll see next time is you're gonna see me clearing off those trellises, and then we'll plant, we'll finish the beds up front, filling them. Oh, and we gotta harvest sweet potatoes. Jeez Louise. We gotta harvest sweet potatoes, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the sweet potato. I'll explain more in that video, but we're gonna flip some things and then top them off, and then some peppers will go in one spot, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, long story short, let's get these planted. So I'm thinking ahise. So the plan had been banana, but I think what we're gonna do instead is we'll do cubanelle. I think ahise gets prime time here. And then jalapeno goes in the back corner. Okay, but we need to top off people in order to be able to do that, because we're a little, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? And is that too low? I feel like that's fine. It's gonna drop, but see, I think it's because I know it's gonna drop because there's so much plant material on that bottom third. Is why I'm like, you might as well just top it off, even though it's been sitting there for a couple weeks, and so it's had a chance to like really settle, and we've had water on it and all that jazz. So yeah, I think I'm gonna tell Ben, just go ahead and let's top off that kind of corner area, and let's get some stuff planted. Yay! Don't worry about that. Right now, I just want to get that topped off so I can plant into it.
Good?
Good. Let's try to mark where everything's supposed to go. So right here is supposed to be the kale. Yeah, right there. And then we'll work out where the peppers go from there. And then we need to do a pepper here. These are all of our cubanelles now. There's two. I'm gonna leave them for now. Let's figure out who lives in that. Water is so bad. Good thing sprinklers are gonna run also tomorrow. Yeah, everybody needs like nutrition. Cubanelle. We're gonna consolidate. Consolidate, you guys. Jalapeno bed. Jalapeno, jalapeno, jalapeno. Be like, I can't believe you're putting it right into this soil. The good thing about the soil is it's been sitting on our driveway for over a month, so it's been hit by sprinklers and whatever rain we've gotten, so it's not a totally dry soil. Unlike what you get when you open up those bags. Bag stuff, it's like, I feel like the moisture is being sucked out of my skin. This stuff, it has some moisture. It doesn't really have organic matter per se. So one of the things I'll need to decide pretty quickly is if I'm gonna pull from my compost bin and probably come around with some of these, or I'll do like a organic natural fertilizer, whether I use like, I wonder if we need to make any more vegetable stock, because you could just basically like vegetable stock. It's like a liquid fertilizer. You're just pulling nutrients out of stuff that you don't need anymore and putting it back into the areas you need it. So something like that, we might do something like that. Shortly thereafter, I'll kind of watch everybody more closely this week because I got the time to watch them this week to see who's looking stressed, who's looking underwatered, stuff like that. And that's one of the challenges, is when you don't have a lot of like the microbiome happening yet, is everything kind of flushes through for these little guys. So they need kind of that extra boost of help until stuff gets going. The nice thing is at the base of all this stuff is rotting material. So there is the potential for it to like start happening in the beds. It's just kind of at the base bottom areas. So there you go. So Ben's almost done filling that corner, and then he's gonna work on putting, we're gonna do, I think we need to get like a little rake and kind of rake back some of the mulch. We're just gonna make a trench kind of area for the tomato plants. They look awful. Like for a couple weeks now, I've been telling Ben, like I can tell from inside 50 feet away, right Ben? I've been like, the tomatoes look awful. They look like garbage, but they're not dead yet. So I figured,
mostly dead.
Yeah, I figured even if I got seeds started today, like it still would take a few weeks. And so what I'm thinking is I'll just get seeds started, open up some trays, and then by the time I have some little seedlings, I can make the call on like, no, these ones are okay, or like they're just not bouncing back, so forget it. So we have to put the soil in place anyways, so might as well just chuck some stuff in there and let it be, because I'm getting tired of trying to like, I don't like taking care of plants in containers. I think I've made that abundantly clear. So I just lost track of time, and this project took way longer than I expected it with getting the soil and everything, that bulk soil. Thank you, Tammy, for getting me the resource. But just by the time we got the soil, the timing, and with what else we had going on, it's just, you know how it is. Life is happening. So now we're gonna get the hisei peppers in with a kale. It looks like I might end up with an extra kale pod. What to do with that? I might, you know what? I might just throw it in the middle of the strawberries, because what else am I gonna do with it? And that way, if one of these 4 die, then I can just move this one over there. And yeah. Aw, monarch butterfly. That's one of the things I gotta figure out, is how we're gonna bring some more not wildlife, but how am I gonna bring more of the native plants back here, because it'll help support these plants better. But off to hiseis and dino kale. I was legitimately here thinking we needed 12 plants, but then I remembered the spacing guidelines, which yay, the new planner has in it. And I was just like, yeah, this was the problem last year. Is like I tried to shove like 4 plants in here, and none of them did well, so I guess that was kind of the benefit. They never got that big. But these ones, you know, I've grown them before. They should make it up to the trellis. Some of it might have had to do with the soil back in the day, but honestly, I should be able to just do 6 plants. These are so bad. They are like so bad. This is ridiculous how bad these are. You know what, that one? Oh, this one's re-rooted. It's got like multiple, like look at this. It's re-rooted into this one because I was bad about watering. This one looks like nothing. Oh no. Poor life choices right now. That's there. This one's legitimately so many plants. So many plants. So we're just gonna put 6 back here. Of all of these are early tree, and then what we'll do is all my, hey there. So we're putting all the, is it early tree? Oh no, we're doing 4th of July back here. Changed my mind 10 times in this process. So we're doing 4th of July's back here. That means I still have 6 4th of July's left. Plus I have 12 early trees. And this space is about 12 feet long. And each of those trellises that I have up front are 12 feet long. So just to give you kind of an idea, you can get about 6 on a 12-foot long trellis. But if you think about it, an arch trellis has 2 12-foots. So I actually need 24 plants for up there, and I have 18, which is okay because all in containers around the front yard, there are Everglades tomatoes. So it'll end up being 4 Everglades tomatoes, early treat tomatoes, 4th of July tomatoes. And hooray, huzzah, we will have so many tomatoes. So that's what's gonna go up there. What I didn't want to do though was put them in before I took all the beans out, because I did that one time before, and then when I pulled beans, it was not these Puerto Rican black beans, but the other types of beans. We ended up damaging a lot of plants. So we will, the next task on my to-do list, and this is where my planner's helping me a lot, just saying, is I'm going to focus on getting all the black beans off, harvesting all the black beans, because there's a lot up there, composting all those things, and then I can go plant all those, and then I can pull all the Everglades tomatoes. But these look so sad. But here's the good thing, I can plant them deep. We're gonna plant these really deep. That's what we're gonna do. So, yay. So I'm giving them about 18 inches, but these aren't very, like Everglades tomatoes, one Everglades tomato could easily fit up like 4 feet on either side. They're huge. But these ones, they don't get that big. That's what I remember when I planted them before. And that was in the wrong season. So this will be good. But I'm probably gonna put the one that looks the worst on the side, because if it dies, these can fill in for it. That's what I'm thinking. So remember with tomatoes, you can plant the whole stem in there. And that's what kind of happened right here. You guys can see they're re-rooting. They were trying to re-root all over the place. So that's the nice thing about tomato plants. So tis my tomato plant will be there. And then I'll come back and thin everybody out. Who's got extra guys, gals. Look at this one. All these roots. I'll just try to dig a whole trench for it. And I'll just put all of that underground because it already wants. Ta-da! To be honest, it doesn't look great, but at least it's something and it's in the ground. And the biggest thing is the soil's in place, because now this is the biggest challenge I was having, is we need to get all this structure in place. And even if we have a rough start for this full vegetable season, in the long run, we're gonna be ahead, because at most we're just gonna be topping off beds. We don't have to go through this huge thing. I think this is it with it coming to like creating more additional vegetable gardens. This is it. Like, we're doing this space, we're doing the front space. I think we've got the clear spaces we want to use. We might switch what crop is where, but like, we've got the beds. I guess, well, eventually we're gonna have to, not eventually, soon we're gonna have to replace those front beds by the other company, Best Choice product, because they are falling apart. But if this space and the front trellis space are doing really well, those are what create the crops, I mean, like, that we eat regularly. So Yes, good progress. So now I'm just gonna go and move those last little kales. I'm just gonna put them with the strawberries because honestly, I don't have like a good spot for them and I don't want to put them up front because the reason I wanted the kale back here along with some of the peppers and stuff is because, you know, we come out here way more with the dogs and that's something we would be harvesting from regularly. Going out in the front yard is not as convenient for going out daily. So I don't want to put them out front. So I'll throw them in with the kale. I'm sure something's gonna die in this process. So if I need to, I can just move them around. So let's go do that. Put them right next to each other. And these freeze up a whole nother section for me. I'm gonna get these in the ground. We actually have one Chico that lived. Honestly, my broccoli had trouble coming up. Maybe it was too hot still, which is fine because I am like a 10A. And then I had 2 Walthams. So I have them. They continue to live, so I might as well transplant them. I know it's supposed to be like 1 bed's broccoli, 1 bed's beets. So I'm gonna go take a look at the plan and figure out which one it is, but it's probably gonna be that one because Ben has finished topping off that side. Wait. Oh wait, you can't see it. He's finished topping off right there. So let's go throw a few broccolis in. The aesthetic part of me wants to do like Waltham to Chico Waltham because in case they all live. But the pragmatist in me is like, you probably should not do that. Who's winning? Logic or aesthetics? Aesthetics is winning. And same idea, we'll clean up everybody. I know this shouldn't be touching. It looks like it's trying to reroot. Let's see what happens. Has anyone ever seen broccoli reroot when it's touching the ground? Because this one shows signs of being able to do that too. So Chico in the middle, Waltham's on the side. If they all die, we don't care. We'll just reseed these. We have plenty of cold seeds left to do that. So that's the broccolis all planted out. We got tons of peppers for up front. We got tons of tomatoes left to plant. Ben's still moving dirt this season. Good job, Ben.
Never ends.
We did it! They're full. They're all full. And we've got some transplants in there. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling like we're on an upward trajectory. We're heading in the right direction. Things are coming together. I don't know about you, but that's what I'm feeling like. I feel like this is looking like the way that I had it in my head. And so even though it took longer than expected, in the long run, we're getting to the place that we need to be. And if you feel like, hey, that looks so good, Jacqueline, I would like to get those beds, check out this review. It was 1 year after I put the one in front in, so I had an honest response for how it does. If you enjoyed this video, of course, throw a big like on it and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.